Building unshakable teenage resilience. Stop what you're doing. Because right now, someone is controlling how you think. And if you're between 11 and 15, this is happening to you at least 10 times a day. But here's what nobody's telling you. The same mind that makes you vulnerable can become absolutely unbreakable. And in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how. Let me tell you about Maya. 13 years old. 6 months ago, she couldn't look people in the eye, skipped school 3 days a week, and thought something was fundamentally broken inside her. Her parents were desperate. Her teachers had given up. But Maya wasn't broken. She just didn't know how her own mind worked. Today, Maya leads her debate team, handles criticism like a champion, stands up for herself without apology. What changed? She learned 3 simple patterns and 3 simple defenses. The same ones you're about to discover. Here's my guarantee. By minute 20, you'll recognize manipulation the second it happens. You'll have ancient tools that philosophers used for thousands of years, translated so simple that you can use them tomorrow morning. And most importantly, you'll understand that your mind isn't your weakness, it's your greatest weapon. So whether you're a teenager watching this, a parent who's worried, or an educator looking for real solutions, buckle up, because everything changes right now. Let's go. Understanding your brain. First, we need to talk about what's actually happening inside your head between ages 11 and 15, because once you understand this, everything else clicks into place. Your brain is going through a massive renovation. Imagine remodeling a house while you're still living in it. Everything works, but some rooms are under construction. The 3 changes that matter. Change number 1. Your emotion alarm is upgrading. There's a part of your brain called the amygdala. Think of it like a fire alarm for feelings. Right now, it's incredibly sensitive. A small comment from a friend can feel devastating. A minor rejection feels massive. This isn't weakness, it's your brain becoming more sophisticated. But during the upgrade, the alarm goes off even when there's no real fire. Change number 2. Your decision-making center is still building. The front part of your brain, your prefrontal cortex, is like the CEO of your mind. It makes smart decisions, controls impulses, thinks about consequences. This part isn't fully built until your mid-20s. So right now, you've got a super sensitive alarm system, but the control panel is still being installed. Change number 3, your social brain is hypersensitive. Evolution wired teenage brains to care intensely about what peers think. Thousands of years ago, being rejected from your group could literally mean death. Your brain doesn't know we live in apartments and cities now. It still treats social rejection like a survival threat. Now here's the key. None of this is a flaw. This is your brain becoming powerful. But without understanding it, you're driving a race car without knowing where the brakes are. And this is exactly where the problems sneak in. The 3 dark patterns. Now I'm going to expose the 3 invisible patterns that exploit exactly these brain changes. I call them dark patterns, not because they're evil, but because they're invisible. Most people using them don't even know they're doing it. Most people experiencing them don't realize it's happening. Until now. Pattern 1, social media's trap. Let's start with the obvious one that's way more dangerous than you think, this thing. Every app on your phone was designed by teams of psychologists whose entire job is one thing: make you check it more. They're not evil, they just want to show you ads. But here's the problem. Remember that sensitive emotion center? Social media hijacks it perfectly. Every notification, tiny hit of dopamine. Every like, small reward. Every comment, another check. Your brain starts treating social media like food or water, something you need to survive. But here's the darker part. Social media shows you everyone's highlight reel. Your friend posts one photo. They took 50. You see the perfect moment, not the fight that happened 5 minutes later. But your brain doesn't know that. It just sees everyone else looking perfect, happy, confident. And because your social brain is hypersensitive right now, you compare your messy, real life to everyone else's edited highlights. This creates a trap. You feel inadequate. Check social media to feel better. See more perfect lives, feel worse. Check again hoping this time it'll help. It never does. Sarah, 14 years old, 3 hours every night scrolling Instagram. She told me, I feel addicted but don't know to what. Here's what was really happening. Every time she felt even slightly uncomfortable, her brain said, check your phone. Over months, she lost the ability to just sit with discomfort. She never learned that boredom passes, that loneliness is temporary, that uncomfortable feelings are actually normal and useful. Pattern 1 exposed. 2 more to go. Pattern 2, the peer pressure trick. Pattern 2, peer pressure. But not the obvious, someone offers you drugs version. I'm talking about the subtle, everyday version that shapes who you become without you even noticing. Your brain has something called mirror neurons. When you see someone do something, your brain partially activates the same patterns as if you were doing it. This is why you yawn when someone else yawns. Why you can feel someone's awkwardness. During teenage years, these mirror neurons go into overdrive for social behavior. When everyone around you talks a certain way, your brain naturally adopts it. When your group values certain things, your brain starts valuing them too. This happens automatically, below conscious thought. And this is the manipulation. Most people don't realize it's happening, so they can't choose whether to accept it or not. The 3 types. Type 1, nobody says do this, everyone just does it. You feel weird being the only one who doesn't. Your brain reads being different as being rejected, which feels like danger. Type 2, the group assumes everyone thinks a certain way. Anyone who disagrees seems strange. Over time, you stop sharing different opinions. Then you stop having them. Type 3, the group decides who you are. You're the funny one. You're the quiet one. These labels feel nice at first. They give you a clear role, but they also trap you. Try being serious when you're the funny one. Watch how uncomfortable everyone gets. James, 13, was naturally kind and empathetic. His friend group valued toughness and made fun of guys who showed feelings. Within 6 months, James stopped helping people, stopped talking about feelings, started making fun of the same behaviors he used to value. He didn't choose this change. His brain was just trying to keep him safe in his social group. Pattern 2, exposed. Pattern 3, emotional manipulation. Pattern 3 is the most dangerous, emotional manipulation in your actual relationships. Friendships, Faye. Millie, early romantic interests, everyone. Emotional manipulation is when someone controls your behavior by controlling your emotions. And when emotions feel huge and overwhelming, this is devastatingly effective. 4 common tactics. Tactic 1, guilt manipulation. If you really cared about me, you'd do this. After everything I've done for you. This works because you're wired to care about people. They make you feel like caring means compliance. Tactic 2, mood manipulation. They act cold and distant until you do what they want. Then suddenly, they're warm again. Your brain learns, keep this person happy or face rejection. Eventually, you stop asking what you want. You only focus on managing their emotions. Tactic 3, reality manipulation. They deny things you clearly remember. I never said that. You're being too sensitive. That didn't happen. This makes you doubt your own memory. Eventually, you stop trusting yourself and only trust them. Tactic 4, victim manipulation. Every time you set a boundary, they make themselves the victim. You're hurting me. You're being mean. Your brain, which wants to be good and kind, immediately backs down. Emma, 15, had a best friend who used all 4. When Emma wanted to hang out with other people, I guess I'm not important to you anymore. Then days of silence when Emma tried to talk about it. You're making up drama. When Emma finally set boundaries, her friend cried and said Emma was destroying her. Emma told me, I felt crazy, like I was the problem. I stopped trusting my own feelings. This is the dark pattern at its worst. It doesn't just control your behavior. It makes you doubt your own mind. Now, if you're recognizing these patterns in your life right now, I know what you're feeling. Maybe anxiety, maybe anger, maybe that sick feeling of realization. Take a breath. Beck. Pause everything I just described. It's not permanent. The ancient Stoics faced the same patterns 2,000 years ago. Different technology, same human nature. And they developed a system so powerful it's still used today by athletes, CEOs, and people just trying to survive difficult circumstances. And I'm about to hand it to you in the simplest language possible, Stoic power. Let me tell you about a teenager who lived 2,000 years ago in ancient Rome. His name was Marcus Aurelius. When he was your age, philosophers taught him something radical. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond, and that response determines everything. Marcus eventually became emperor of Rome, the most powerful person in the world. He could have any luxury, any comfort. But you know what he wrote in his private journal? You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That's Stoicism in one sentence, and here's why it's perfect for what you're facing. The 3 core principles, simplified. Principle 1. Control what you control. Some things you control, some things you don't. Stop wasting energy on what you can't control. You don't control what people think, what they say, whether they like you, what's popular, the past, the future. You do control your thoughts, your responses, your effort, your character, who you spend time with, what you practice, what you say, what you do right now. Most people spend 90% of their energy on things they can't control and 10% on things they can. Stoics flip this. They focus only on what they control. Everything else, they accept it. Principle 2. Emotions are information, not commands. Your feelings are real. They matter. But they don't have to control you. Think of emotions like weather. When it rains, you don't scream at the sky to stop. Why? You acknowledge it's raining and decide how to respond. Grab an umbrella, stay inside, dance in the rain. The weather doesn't control you. Same with emotions. You can feel angry and choose not to yell. Feel scared and choose to act anyway. Feel rejected and choose not to take it personally. Principle 3. Your character is your only true possession. Everything else can be taken. Your reputation, your stuff, your status, your relationships. But nobody can take away who you choose to be. Be honest even when lying is easier. Be kind even when others are cruel. Keep your word even when it costs you. Not because you'll be rewarded, because this is who you choose to be. And now, let's make this practical. Section 4, the 3-second rule. I'm about to give you one tool that will change your life immediately. I call it the 3-second rule. Here's the technique. Whenever something triggers a strong emotional reaction, pause for 3 deep breaths before responding. That's it. That's the whole technique. Here's why it's revolutionary. When something makes you angry, anxious, or hurt, your brain immediately wants to react. Your emotional alarm is screaming, do something now. But remember, your logic center is still developing. If you react immediately, you're reacting with only half your brain. 3 deep breaths takes about 15 seconds. In those 15 seconds, something magical happens. The signal moves from your emotional alarm to your logic center. You go from pure reaction to actual response. How to practice? Start small. Someone makes a joke at your expense. 3 breaths. Your parent says something annoying. 3 breaths. Someone doesn't text back. 3 breaths. At first, this feels impossible. Your brain screams at you to react. That's normal. Do it anyway. Here's what happens. The pause becomes automatic. Eventually you don't even feel the urge to immediately react. There's just natural space between what happens and how you respond. And in that space, that's where your power lives. Kevin, 14, used to explode at his little brother constantly. First day with the 3-breath rule, he managed it once out of 10 times. Second week, 5 out of 10. After a month, automatic. His brother didn't change, Kevin did. Suddenly, he wasn't the angry kid anymore. Once you master 3 breaths, expand it. Before responding to an upsetting text, wait 10 minutes. Before posting on social media, wait an hour. Before big decisions, sleep on it. The pattern is the same. Create space between impulse and action. In that space, you become powerful. Your mental fortress. Now we're going to build something permanent. Something nobody can take from you. The Stoics called it your inner citadel. A fortress in your mind that's unshakable no matter what happens outside. The 4 walls. Wall 1, your core values. What matters to you? Not what's supposed to matter. What do you actually care about? Write down 5 things, not goals, but values, honesty, creativity, loyalty, courage, kindness. These 5 things become non-negotiable. When you face a decision, ask, which choice aligns with my values? If honesty is a core value and your friend asks you to lie, the answer is simple. It's not about getting caught. It's about who you are. Wall 2, your personal standards. These are how you behave regardless of how others treat you. Examples: I don't gossip. I keep my word. I'm kind to excluded people. I admit when I'm wrong. These standards exist whether anyone is watching or not. You'll mess up. You're human. But you know who you're trying to be. Wall 3, your definition of success. Here's where most people get manipulated. They let others define success. Popular kids say, success is being cool. Parents say it's good grades. Social media says it's looking perfect. Stoics say, success is living according to your character and values. That's it. This means you can succeed even when things go badly. Lost the game but played with integrity? Success. Didn't get invited but stayed true to yourself? Success. Got rejected but handled it with dignity? Success. When you define success internally instead of externally, nobody can take it from you. Wall 4, morning preparation. Every morning, 2 minutes. What challenges might I face today? How do I want to respond? Not pessimism, preparation. When the challenge comes, you've already decided. Alicia, 15, used to crumble under any criticism. After building her fortress, values, creativity, kindness, growth, standard. I judge myself by my effort. Definition of success, living authentically. Everything changed. Next time someone criticized her art, she paused, checked her fortress and thought, did I put in genuine effort? Yes. Was I authentic? Yes. Then I succeeded regardless of their opinion. Her entire emotional experience shifted in that moment. 30-day challenge. All right, we've covered a lot. Let me bring this together into something you can actually do. The daily practice. Every morning. 5 minutes. 1. What challenges might I face today? 2. What's my one value focus for today? 3. What do I control? What don't I control? Commit to focusing only on what you control. Throughout the day, when challenged, pause. 3 breaths. Check your fortress. Choose your response. When overwhelmed, what can I control right now? Focus only on that. Every evening, 5 minutes. 1. What did I do well? 2. What could I have done better? 3. What did I learn? 4. How do I apply this tomorrow? The challenge. Commit to this for 30 days. Don't expect perfection. Expect growth. Timeline. Days 1 to 7. You'll forget constantly. Keep going. Days 8 to 14, you'll remember sometimes. It'll feel hard. Keep going. Days 15 to 21, it starts feeling natural. You'll notice changes. Days 22 to 30, it becomes part of you. People will notice you've changed. Remember James, the kid who lost his empathy? His one value, stay true to who I really am. First week was brutal. His friends mocked him. But after 30 days, something incredible happened. He didn't change his friends. He changed himself. And suddenly, different friends showed up. People who valued the real him. Here's what I want you to understand. The brainstorming conclusion. Every single pattern I showed you, social media traps, peer pressure tricks, emotional manipulation, they only work when you don't see them. The moment you recognize them, their power disappears. And every single defense I gave you, the 3-breath pause, your mental fortress, the daily practice, they only work when you actually use them. So here's the truth nobody wants to tell you. You're not helpless. You never were. You just didn't know how powerful your mind actually is. Your brain isn't your enemy. It's the most sophisticated tool in the known universe. But like any tool, you need to learn how to use it. The question isn't whether these techniques work. They've worked for 2,000 years. The question is, will you use them? Because here's what happens if you do. In 30 days, you'll walk into rooms differently. When someone tries to manipulate you, you'll see it happening and smile. When your emotions spike, you'll pause automatically. When pressure builds, you'll know exactly what you control and what you don't. You won't be fearless. Fear is useful. But you'll be brave. You won't be emotionless. Emotions give life color. But you'll be in control. You won't be perfect. Nobody is. But you'll be strong. And here's the most important part. Everything that feels overwhelming right now, the social pressure, the self-doubt, the feeling like you're not enough, all of that loses its grip when you realize something simple. You are not your circumstances. You are not other people's opinions. You are not your past mistakes or your future fears. You are your choices in this moment. And in this moment, you have all the power you need. The Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius knew it while running an empire. That 13-year-old Roman kid who learned these lessons became one of the most powerful, respected leaders in history. Not because he controlled everything around him. He couldn't. But because he mastered the one thing he could control, himself. You're not too young for this. You're not too broken for this. You're not too anything. You're exactly right for this. Right here. Right now. So here's my challenge. Take the 30-day commitment. Start tomorrow morning. 5 minutes. Just start. And when someone asks you in a month why you seem different, why you seem more confident, more present, more you, you'll smile because you'll know exactly what changed. You learned how to use the most powerful weapon you've ever had, your own mind. Welcome to your fortress. Nobody can touch you here. Start your 30-day challenge tomorrow.